Hello, welcome to 10 at 10. My name is Michael Ramage. I'm the director of the Cyber Education Research Center here at Murray State University, and welcome back to 10 at 10. 10 at 10 is brought to you through a partnership between Murray State University, Grow West, the Technology Council of West Kentucky, KY Innovation, and local partner Sprocket Innovation in Paducah and the Kentucky Innovation Station in Madisonville. So, this is episode 119, and I wanted to continue a discussion today talking about things that we do wrong. On 10 at 10, we spend so much time talking about all the things that we should do, the things that we're doing right, or that we should do to do the right thing, that I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about these common things that we do every day on a regular basis that are actually um, perhaps putting us at cyber risk. So today I want to talk about just a couple of things. Really two items I want to talk about today. But these are really important things that we're talking about. The first one, let me bring it up. Using free public charging stations or cables. Um, we use free public charging stations more than we should. Just in the last week or so, the FBI has come out with a warning on the dangers of using public charging stations. So, what do I mean by that? You ever been to the airport and you sit down in your chair and there's USB um, uh, places where you can plug in your charging cable? That's a public charging station. Or you go to an event and they just have cables dangling, just something where you can just take your phone and plug it directly in, or your computer and plug it directly in. Um, it's these conveniences that we like that are also a cyber risk. And the reason I say that is because, and the reason the FBI issued the warning is because when you do that, you are um, trusting that what's on that USB is safe, or what is in that plug is safe. So back several years ago, there was a keylogger that people would plug in, where your keyboard plugged in to your computer. They would plug something in, hackers, bad guys would, and then you would connect your computer or your keyboard to that, and then that other device to your computer, and bang, somebody is monitoring everything you're typing. Fast forward, we have USB now. We have USB drives. We regularly use USB drives. We use USB cables to connect our phone to our computer. So what that means is that there's two-way communication happening on a regular basis on USB drives. Because of that, there is the risk of malicious software being installed, of somebody capturing the information that's going across, stealing information off of that device that's plugged in. There's a lot of risk that happens when we're using those free public charging stations. So let me give you an example. I saw this image online on a site that was talking about these uh, uh, risk of cables. Look at those 7 cables. Can you tell which one is the malicious one? Which one has the bug planted in it? Which one has a extra electronic device in there that is either capturing or has malware that could infect whatever device it's plugged into? Can you tell which one? It's one of those 7. It's actually number 3. And the problem is they all look alike. The problem is you don't know that by just looking at it from the outside. It's a very large risk that you have when you're using those public cables. One other piece of this, and I'll tell you what I do. Um, you go to a hotel, those same devices, those same USB ports are available to charge your phone. Have you ever been to a hotel where you had plenty of plugins or USB ports to charge things? Of course not. there's never enough. There's never enough power outlets, so you're always plugging in, "Oh, well, there's a USB port, I will just use it." Those USB ports can be just as dangerous as anything else. So you shouldn't use that. So if you're not going to do that, then what do you do instead? Well, here's what I do instead. Yeah, people make fun of me. I got made fun of this past weekend for using this, but anywhere I go, I take this tower. If I'm with my family, it's got 12 power ports and it's got 5 USB ports. I bought this. This picture comes from Amazon. I bought it on Amazon. It's not very expensive, but this ensures for me that my devices are safe. I've actually taken it apart and looked, and these USB ports are not, they are truly just USB ports, charging ports. But it is also a key that I am plugging this into a power outlet, not into a USB port. So that helps that quite a bit. But this is one of those things that we do on a regular basis. We use public ports, not thinking about the dangers of that. Never ever use that. Use those public ports. Always bring your own power. Bring your own charger. Bring your own block to plug into power. Do not plug into a USB port. There's dangers there. Another thing that we do on do it at McDonald's, we do it at Starbucks, at hotels, at conferences, is that we use free public Wi-Fi. That is a danger. Using free public Wi-Fi puts us at cyber risk. It shouldn't. It doesn't sound like it should. It sounds like McDonald's is being nice. Well, first of all, are you sure that it is Starbucks offering that free Wi-Fi? What makes you certain that it's Starbucks? What makes it certain that it is the Hilton that is offering you free Wi-Fi? And if I ask you that question and you think about it, you know what the answer is? Because the wireless access name says Hilton. So of course it's the Hilton. Who else would it be? It could be a hacker saying that they're the Hilton. It doesn't have to be the Hilton. It could be somebody masquerading as the Hilton. There's a danger there. Several years ago, we had a security conference. Actually, our security conference was this week, and the annual security conference was this week. But several years ago, at that conference, there was a speaker who set up a device that allowed it to masquerade as other wireless devices. And one of the things that it did was said that it was the free Wi-Fi internet for the conference. It wasn't. It was a test. And at a security conference, so many people connected to that device that it frankly proved to be a problem. It really hit home the point that just because it says it's with the conference doesn't mean that it's actually with the conference. So, just like I talked about, don't use the free charging station. What should you do instead? So, instead, I would offer up these 3 items. One, use a VPN. If you have to use the public Wi Fi, use a VPN, a virtual private network. What that will do is it will allow everything to be connected to be virtual. Now, if you're on a hacker on a rogue um, access point, it's possible that they can still get your information, but that VPN is going to significantly limit what they're able to see. Second, limit the sharing. Don't share as much as you normally would. Don't go to your bank account on a public Wi-Fi. Don't log into your public bank account. Don't go to your financial things. Don't go to your private things. Don't look at those pieces on public Wi-Fi. There's the risk that even if you're connected to the proper Wi-Fi, that somebody might be able to sniff your traffic and see what you're doing. And then finally, and what I actually recommend is use your mobile hotspot on your phone. I have my phone here. It has a mobile hotspot on there. So if I'm in a public area, instead of connecting to the wireless at that conference or at that place, I connect to the wireless on my mobile device. that keeps me safe and keeps me isolated into devices that I know and I control. All right. Those are just a couple of things that you should think about, that you should be careful of when you are trying to do what you think is good, but be careful. Make sure you're staying safe in public areas. Public charging stations are a great idea, but there's some risk there. Public wireless access is sounds like a great idea, but there's some risk there as well. Be careful, stay safe, and I'll see you next week back here on 10 at 10. Thank you. Bye.